I'm Stacey Travis, chair of SAG-AFTRA Low Budget Committee. Welcome to Take 5. In this episode, we're going to cover the ultra-low, moderate-low, and low-budget agreements, which are designed for filmmakers who want to level up while keeping it union. I'm joined today by SAG-AFTRA Executive Director for Entertainment Contracts, Olga Rodriguez-Aguirre. Hi, Olga.
Hi, Stacey.
So let's start by looking at the ultra-low budget agreement, which a lot of people just call UPA.
Sure. Thank you so much. The UPA, as we love to call it, really applies to films that are shot entirely in the U.S. with a maximum budget of $300,000. The basic key provisions are minimum daily rates. There's no deferrals under that contract, and there's very specific delineated working condition standards. The cast and crew can be a mix of union and non-union, and the UPA recently acquired a background incentive where if you use a specific number of background per day, your budget can be increased to $350,000. We think that's a huge benefit.
Fun fact, Pedro Pascal and Walton Goggins were both in a UPA, so don't assume you can't get your dream talent. You never know if your material will actually get them. Olga, let's move on to our next agreement, which is the moderate low budget agreement.
Before we move on, I just wanted to mention something I didn't mention previously, and that is that the UPA contract actually does carry with it residuals obligations. It's important to mention because it's going to come up with the other low budget contracts we're going to talk about.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Let's cover the moderate low budget agreement then. That contract has a budget tier of, it starts at $300,000 and then it caps out at $700,000. Some of the key provisions for that agreement are increased minimum daily rates compared to the UPA. It does have residuals obligations as well, and has other specific conditions that apply to principal photography.
Perfect. Now let's talk about our highest tier of our low budget contract options, the low budget agreement, which allows you to pay performers just a little bit less than our standard daily rate.
The low budget theatrical agreement, it starts at $700,000 up to $2 million. Some of the key provisions for that are very similar to the moderate budget contract. The standard minimum rates for actors, residuals, and also it applies some standard minimum conditions.
And it must be shot in the U.S.
That's correct. Both of them do. The MPA does as well, the moderate.
And let's talk about diversity, casting, and background incentives for some of our low budget agreements. We consider diversity to be 50% of the total speaking roles and 50% of the total days of employment. And that includes women, seniors, protected categories such as MENA, for example, and performers with disabilities.
That's correct, Stacey. And when you want to qualify for those diversity casting incentives, you need to qualify prior to the start of principal. It does increase the budget levels for those contracts. So, for instance, it can push a moderate low budget contract from $700,000. The cap goes up to $950,000. And as far as the low budget theatrical agreement, it increases the budget level from $2 million to $3 million. So it's a pretty good deal.
There's one more additional incentive that we should discuss about background.
Jumping back to the moderate low budget agreement, there is a background incentive for that contract, which would allow producers to be able to take advantage of an increased budget cap of $112,000. This is meant to encourage the hiring of background actors to obtain more inclusivity on the set.
Yes, and we hope they take advantage of that. If you have any other questions about the ultra-low, moderate-low, or low-budget contracts, please visit sagaftra.org/low-budget. And please subscribe to our SAG-AFTRA YouTube channel. There are tons of educational videos there, explainer videos about all these contracts, and our sizzle reel, which shows the success of our low-budget films on the festival circuit. Thank you so much, Olga, and thank you guys for joining.